Hello everyone and welcome to the Isle of Berk. This is the mod that adds in 11 high quality Minecraft style dragons from the popular series How to Train Your Dragon, with more constantly being added. This mod has some of the best feeling controls and animations of any dragon mod I've seen due to its gecko lip integration, so I highly recommend downloading the mod for yourself. Without further ado, let's get into what everyone came here for, which is the dragons. The first dragon added in by the mod is a fan favorite. It is of course the Night Fury. The Night Fury can spawn in many different hilly and mountainous biomes, shown on screen now. It is aggressive and will attack the player with a biting melee attack and by shooting plasma blasts from its mouth. If the player is not wearing any armor or weapons and has a night vision effect, the Night Fury will not be aggressive. It instead will be passive and can be able to be tamed with salmon, cod, or tropical fish. It will take a little bit of feeding to tame, and the taming progress can be checked if you right click on it with a stick. Now here's some general information that applies to all dragons. They can be mounted, if applicable, by right clicking with an empty hand and dismounting them with shift. If they are tamed, you can shift right click them or press E if you're already on top of the dragon to open their inventory and equip it with a saddle and chest if applicable. If you do not equip it with a saddle, you can still fly on it, but the dragon has a chance to kick you off its back in midair, so a saddle is recommended. If the dragon can hold additional passengers, you can shift right click it with a stick to lock or unlock the extra seats on its back. Dragon hatch times and their spawn rates can be configured. Eggs needed to be surrounded by torches or they will not incubate. Dragons can be fed their taming item to be healed, but they also heal pretty fast on their own. You can make a dragon sit or follow or wander by right clicking them with a stick, and after sitting for a while they might have a cute sleeping animation. You can press R by default for a fire ability and X by default for a special ability if the dragon has one. The Night Fury's fire ability is a plasma blast and it does not have a special ability. The Night Fury can be bred with honeycomb and the egg will take 20 minutes to hatch. It has 80 health, 1 armor point, and 4 hearts of bite force. Its base speed is 0.4, it has a flight speed of 0.2, and a swim speed of 0.8. I'm a big fan of its walking animation. It looks so happy to just be running around the place, and I have to give a shout out to the flying. The animations are very smooth, and this mod has some of the best feeling mount flight I've ever seen in a mod before. There are also 5 variants of the Night Fury that you can encounter in your world, and I'll refer to them by what their texture is called. First, we have the regular Night Fury with green eyes. Next is the Sentinel with orange eyes and blue spots. Then we have the Svarter, which has yellow eyes and purple spots. The Arjun is next with ice blue eyes and blue spots. Then Karma with orange eyes and a nice purple color. And finally, we have the albino variant with white scales and red eyes. There's also one more little Easter egg. If you name a Night Fury Toothless, it will have a new skin. I know it's pretty basic, but this is probably my favorite dragon in the mod so far. Be sure to let me know your favorite down in the comments. Next, we'll move on to the Night Fury's counterpart, the Light Fury. This dragon can spawn in frozen mountainous biomes as well as in forests. It is aggressive and will attack the player the same way the Night Fury will, with a biting melee attack and by shooting plasma blasts from its mouth. However, if the player has no armor weapons equipped and also has the invisibility effect active, it will be able to be tamed with salmon, cod, or tropical fish. Its fire type is also the plasma blast, which can be charged all the way up to become explosive, and this does have a special ability which will grant invisibility to both it and the player for a short time. It can be bred with honeycomb and the egg will take 20 minutes to hatch. It has 60 health points, 0.5 armor points, and 3 hearts of bite damage. It has a base speed of 0.4, a flight speed of 0.2, and a swim speed of 0.8. There are 6 different skin variants of the Light Fury. The first is the regular version with white and pale blue scales. Then we have Svine with purple spotted body and white scales with a purple undertone. Drotin with a light blue spotted body and pale blue undertones. Grogalder with sky blue stripes and blue edged wings. Then we have a mixed Drotin Grogalder with sky blue spots and blue tipped wings. And a mix of Svine Grogalder with purple blue spots and blue tipped wings. Alright, now that we've covered the Night Fury and the Light Fury, the only next logical step is the Night Light. This is a hybrid dragon obtainable by breeding a Night Fury with a Light Fury. It has the same Plasma Blast fire ability as its parents, with the same special ability of the Light Fury, which grants both the player and dragon a brief amount of invisibility. Its stats are an average of its parents, 70 health, 0.75 armor points, and 3.5 hearts of bite force, as well as having the same speed as its parents since they both share the same movement stats. They can be bred with honeycomb to create a new nightlight, and the egg will take 20 minutes to hatch. There are 9 different variants of nightlights, and they all have different arrangements of black and white patterns, as you can see right now. Their eyes can differ from blue, green, light green, and even one with heterochromia. Now we have the Skrill, which is a vicious dragon with the power to control lightning. It can spawn in the following biomes, which you can see on your screen currently. This is an aggressive dragon that will breathe lightning and bite with its strong jaws to attack you. It can enshroud itself in a lightning cloak, which, if in melee range, will afflict you with a shock effect. This effect deals damage over time and will also slightly slow down your movement speed. If you damage the Skrill to below about 25% health, it will surrender to you by lowering its head and seizing its attacks. It is only in this state that it can be tamed, and you can tame it by feeding it salmon, cod, or tropical fish. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will take about 20 minutes to hatch. Its fire type is a lightning bolt, and its special ability is lightning coat, which acts the same as it does in combat. It has 60 health points, 6 armor points, and 3 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.2, a flight speed of 0.17, and a swim speed of 0.8. There are 11 different color variants of the Skrill that you can encounter. Next is the Triple Stryke, which is a medium-sized dragon with 3 sharp, poisonous tails that spawn in Badlands and Taiga biomes. This dragon has an aggressive temperament and will attack the player by shooting fireballs, biting the player, and using its 3 tails to inflict a lingering poison effect for a deadly combo. If you get it to below 25% health, it will surrender to you, lowering its body and head to the ground in a submissive state. It is only in this state that it can be tamed, and it can be tamed by feeding it raw beef. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will take about 20 minutes to hatch. Its fire type is a fireball, and its special ability takes use of its triple tails to inflict a devastating poisonous sting. It has 70 health, 4 armor points, and 3 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.4, a flight speed of 0.1, and a swim speed of 0.55. There are 8 different color variants of the Triple Stryke. The next dragon is the Deadly Nadder, which is a medium-small sized dragon with a nasty disposition that spawns in a multitude of biomes, as you can see on your screen now. As its name suggests, the Deadly Nadder is an angry beast that will attack the player via biting, shooting fireballs, and by shooting a barrage of its own razor-sharp spikes at its target. If the player has no weapons or armor equipped, it will not attack the player, and in this state it can be tamed by feeding it raw chicken. It can be bred by feeding it suspicious stew, and the egg will take about 10 minutes to hatch. Its fire type is a fire breath that charges up slowly over time, and its special ability lets you shoot sharp spikes wherever the dragon is facing. It has 50 health, 2 armor points, and 3 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.4, a flight speed of 0.12, and a swim speed of 0.8. There are 11 vibrant and colorful variants of the Deadly Nadder. Next we have the Gronckle, with a bit more of a friendly personality than some of the previous dragons. The Gronckle can be encountered in the following biomes, as on screen now. It will attack the player via bite attacks, and also by shooting bolts of magma that also set its target on fire. If the player has no armor or weapons equipped, it can be tamed by feeding it beef. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will take about 10 minutes to hatch. Its fire type is shooting magma bolts, and its special ability is Ram, which deals a massive over 20 damage. It also has another ability, Gronckle Iron Production, where if you feed it a type of stone or diorite, andesite, or granite, it will rarely reward you with raw Gronckle iron, which can be used to craft tools. It has 60 health, 8 points of armor, and 4 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.37, a flight speed of 0.08, and a swim speed of 0.25. The Gronckle has 10 different possible color variants you can encounter. Meatlug, which is brown with pink spots. Hjarta, which is a dark yellow-green with cherry red spots. Junior Toughnut Junior, which is a nice purple with pale light blue spots. The regular Gronckle, a dirty color with yellow spots. The Cheesemonger, a yellow body with light yellow spots. Exiled, a light purple with electric blue spots. Rubble Grubber, maroon red with light yellow spots. Barn, a fleshy pink with yellow spots. Crubble, a pink body with pink spots, and Gronckle, a green body with gray spots. Next, we have a pretty scary one, the Monstrous Nightmare. This huge beast spawns in Badland and Woodland biomes. It will bite at its target as well as emitting a devastating fire breath for massive damage. It will also surround itself with a fire coat, which, if in melee range, will set the target on fire. If the player has no armor or weapons equipped and has the fire resistance effect active, the Monstrous Nightmare can be tamed with mutton and pork chops. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will take about 40 minutes to hatch. Its fire type is Fire Breath, which charges up slowly over time, and its special ability activates its fire coat. It has a whopping 120 health, 6 armor points, and 5 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.4, a flight speed of 0.14, and a swim speed of 0.6. The Monstrous Nightmare has 10 different color variants. Keeping in line with a scary theme, our next dragon is the Hideous Zippleback. This double-headed dragon spawns in ice spikes, snowy plains, and swamp biomes. You don't want to get this dragon angry, as not only will it bite you, but it will also shoot highly flammable gas, leaving poisonous clouds that create large explosions if set on fire. You can tame the Zippleback if you have no armor or weapons equipped, as well as having the strength effect applied, and by feeding the dragon salmon, cod, or tropical fish. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will hatch after around 40 minutes. Its fire type is Poison Breath, which charges up over time, and its special attack is a fiery gas. It has 100 health, a strong 14 armor points, and 4 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.37, a flight speed of 0.08, and a swim speed of 0.6. The Hideous Zippleback has 8 unique color variants. Our next dragon is much smaller than our previous have been, the Terrible Terror, which can be found in these biomes. Although small, this dragon certainly packs a punch. Not only does it bite your ankles, but it will also breathe a surprisingly large amount of fire at its target for its size. If the player has no armor or weapons equipped, it can be tamed with salmon, cod, or tropical fish. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will hatch after about 5 minutes. Because it is smaller than the player, it cannot be ridden. Rather, this dragon rides the player. If you set it to following and right-click it with an empty hand, the Terrible Terror will sit on your head or shoulder. You can have up to 3 dragons sitting on you at once, and they grant you slow falling and the jump boost while riding you. You can remove them by pressing shift. Its fire type is fire breathing, although it appears to currently be bugged, and it has no special ability. It has 10 health, 0.5 armor points, and 1 heart of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.14, a flight speed of 0.04, and a swim speed of 1. There are 8 color variants of the Terrible Terror. Our second to last dragon is the Speed Stinger. These are small dragons that can be found in groups in the following biomes. Occasionally, you can find a Speed Stinger nest commanded by a lead Speed Stinger. You can find these in caves, ice biomes, jungles, and taigas. These are hollows carved out of the respective blocks of the biome they generate in, absolutely filled with speed stingers. The variant of speed stinger in the nest will depend on the biome the nest is generated in. You can also find lots of speed stinger eggs on the ground in these nests. Speed stinger leaders are bosses and are thus untamable. You can identify them by their distinct pattern compared to the rest of the speed stingers in the nest, and speed stingers can drop their eggs when defeated. They can be tamed while only in the hatchling phase after feeding it rabbit. They can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will hatch after about 5 minutes. You cannot ride a speed stinger, but you can equip it with a chest. They have no fire types, but it have 2 special abilities, a passive that allows it to run on water, and a paralyzing sting attack that inflicts slowness 3 on whatever it hits. Regular speed stingers have 20 hearts, 2 armor points, and 4 hearts of bite force, while leader speed stingers have 60 hearts, 3 armor points, and 5 hearts of bite force. They have a base speed of 0.4, they cannot fly, and they have a swim speed of 10. There are 4 variants of speed stinger, each with a unique skin for the leader. Flout Scout, which are the caved nest variants, Icebreakers, which are the ice nest variants, Speed Stingers, which are the taiga nest variants, and Sweet Stings, which are the jungle nest variants. The last dragon added by this mod at the time of recording is the Stinger, which is a large dragon distinct from the Speed Stinger, although it shares a similar name, and it can spawn in these biomes. Similar to the Speed Stinger, the Stinger has no fire attack and is also flightless. However, it makes up for this with speedy and powerful melee attacks. If the player has no armor or weapons equipped, it can be tamed with mutton. It can be bred with suspicious stew, and the egg will hatch after about 20 minutes. You can ride it if you equip it with a saddle. However, this dragon's stubby little wings are incapable of true flight. It makes up for this lack of flight with a surprisingly fast ground speed. It has no fire type, but it does have 2 special abilities, High Jump, which can be charged with a spacebar, and Ram, which appears that it has yet to be implemented. It has 80 health, 2 armor points, and 5 hearts of bite force. It has a base speed of 0.55, no flight speed, and a swim speed of 10. There are 2 color variants of the Stinger, an orange body with green on top and a green body with orange on top. There are also a couple of new items added by the mod, the first of which is the raw Gronckle iron, which can be obtained by feeding a Gronckle stone, as we had mentioned earlier. And the mod adds in a new ore called Belzium, which is very rare and generates around diamond levels in the overworld, but it is worth searching for as it will greatly enhance your combat abilities with a smithing table. And with that, that is all the dragons and items currently added by this mod. However, be sure to stay tuned to this mod, as it is sure to constantly update and get more awesome dragons with cool abilities and fantastic animations. So make sure to download the mod for yourself in the description below. The shaders used in the video will also be linked in the description below, as well as a link to both the mod's Discord and my Discord if you would like to join either one. Shout out to Starfruit for the amazing outro music. Check him out as well in the description on Spotify or wherever you get your music. And that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.